Hello and welcome back to 365 Days with mxmtoon. I'm Maia, a singer, songwriter, video maker, Oakland native, and scholar of the skies. I'm also a huge history nerd. I love untold stories, gross facts, hidden secrets, anything weird, dark, and funky from the past. Each day, I'm going to share a few of my favorite deep cuts with you, so let's dig into today's stories.
It's 365 with mxmtoon. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's 365 mxmtoon.
Today, in 1930, a man named Clyde Tombaugh made a huge discovery. Or was it a small discovery? Well, it was huge in that it's larger than anything you or I have ever discovered, but it's small in terms of being the smallest of its kind. All right, if you haven't guessed it yet, Tombaugh discovered what we once called the ninth planet, Pluto. Though Tombaugh discovered the planet today in 1930, other astronomers had hypothesized about its existence before it was found. Percival Lowell was the first person to propose that a planet like Pluto might exist. He noted that Uranus and Neptune had unexplained wobbles in their orbit and theorized that it could be from the pull of another planet. Lowell used math and astronomy to calculate the possible location of the maybe planet based on the distance from Uranus and Neptune. Lowell himself searched for the mysterious planet for a decade and never found it. He died in 1916 in Arizona. An observatory was named after Lowell in Flagstaff, which, side note, is the middle of the world's largest contiguous ponderosa pine tree forecast to honor his work, and it was there in 1929 that scientists decided to resume the search. Then, today, in 1930, Lowell's years of searching proved fruitful. Clyde Tombaugh used a new technique which combined photograph plates and a blink microscope. This method utilized two photographic plates that blink back and forth so that the user can look for discrepancies. Other astronomers used the technique to confirm Tombaugh's discovery. A little less than a month later, on March 13th, Pluto was announced to the general public. It was a special day because it was also the anniversary of both Percival Lowell's birth and William Herschel's discovery of Uranus. They decided to call the planet Pluto because the temperature is an absolute subpolar, negative 360 Fahrenheit, and Pluto was the name of the god of the underworld. Though it varies depending on orbit, on average, Pluto rotates 4 billion miles away from the sun. It takes 248 Earth years to complete one orbit around the sun. For us to get there, it would take almost 10 years in a spaceship. Pluto's orbit is the most tilted of all the planets, which contributes to this long orbit time. Almost 40 years later, in 1978, two scientists discovered Pluto's first moon, Charon. Charon's diameter is about half of Pluto's. Alas, in 2006, the International Astronomical Union stated that Pluto was not going to be considered a planet anymore. The Union had come up with new guidelines for planets, one of which that stated a planet must clear the neighborhood around its orbit. Pluto has an oblong orbit that intersects with the orbit of Neptune and therefore was disqualified from planethood. Now Pluto is classified as a dwarf planet. The term dwarf planet refers to a celestial body that is in the direct orbit of the sun and has its orbit controlled by gravity, but does not clear the neighborhood of other objects, which is what separates a dwarf planet from a planet. Basically, it means that for a planet to be a planet instead of a dwarf planet, it has to be large enough to completely carve its own path and not be affected by neighboring planets. This means that we now have 8 planets instead of 9. And to be honest with you, all of my education around the solar system from when I was a little child has completely left me. Pluto is the largest of the dwarf planets, but comes in second when it comes to mass. The most massive is Eris. Pluto has 5 moons, the aforementioned Charon, as well as Hydra, Nix, Kerberos, and Styx. 1/3 of Pluto is composed of water, which might seem like a lot, but remember that Earth is 71% water. So, Pluto is actually much less hydrated than our dear home planet Earth. Now let's switch over to music. Today, in 2012, a song you may know called Call Me Maybe went viral on YouTube via a lip dub video made by Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. Singer Carly Rae Jepsen was a former contestant of Canadian Idol, coming in 3rd place. Bieber and Gomez helped catapult the Call Me Maybe video featuring Jepsen singing about a hot guy washing a car to super fame and make the song a classic summer Stroot tune. Afterwards, the single made it to #1 on the Billboard charts, and Jepsen went on to become a massive star with hits like Cut to the Feeling and Good Time. She also worked with this little indie artist that you may know called mxmtoon. They worked on a song called Okay on Your Own together. Kind of crazy. You might want to check that out. And now for our final segment of the day, I'm going to go into my photo archives and see what I was up to on a February 18th in my life. On February 18th, 2020, I went and I bought another plant. It's no surprise if you follow me on any form of social media that I've become a bit of a plant addict, for lack of a better explanation. And February 18th, it looks like I bought another plant. It's my bird nest fern that sits in my living room. Their name is Sir Mr. Ma'am. I really love this plant. I've had her for a year now, I guess at this point. And it's, I'm really glad I haven't killed her yet. I have killed a couple plants in my time so far of being a plant mom, but not this one. She's doing pretty good. They're hanging in. That's it for today. Let's travel back in time again tomorrow. Remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and you can follow at 365 Days, mxmtoon on all platforms.
It's 365 with mxmtoon. New facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's 360